everybody, Scott, Comic Book Hangover, and again, not a new release video, as everybody is still aware. There are still no new comic books coming out to our local comic shops. So instead of getting new books, I'm still trying to support my LCS. So I have been able to get some back issues from my local comic shop. So that's what this video is going to be. It's going to be some of the back issues that I picked up, as well as some books that I grabbed from a friend of mine who was selling off some minor keys from his collection, some stuff that I kind of had my eye on for a while and figured, what the heck, I'd pull the trigger on them, and some other stuff that I wasn't exactly sure that I wanted, but seemed pretty cool, and there's some really nice additions to my collection. I also grabbed some variants from my local comic shop. But first, before we get into that, I want to show you one of the newest acquisitions that I've gotten. This is from the same friend that I got the minor keys from, and that is this Marvel 2099 display. This was used back in the 90s to basically, just like I have up here, they would put the first issues of the first four 2099 books, which was Doom, Punisher, Spider-Man, and Ravage, in there to kind of display and showcase them. So I managed to get that, something I had my eye on for a while, and I'd seen it online. He was able to come into possession of one, and I would rather buy from somebody local, especially a friend, as opposed to getting off of somebody that I don't know from the internet. This way I was able to take a look at it before I brought it home. So really the only thing that was wrong with it was just a little dusty. So I got that. That's pretty cool. I'm going to look into getting some extra copies of Spider-Man. Well, I've got Spider-Man, but Doom, Ravager, and Punisher 2099 #1 to put in there, just kind of make it a little display. I'm thinking I might even use it to put my new weekly books in as I'm reading them, or use it to have my books ready when I do my videos here, whenever we get to have new comics again, which seems like it's going to be sooner rather than later. It looks like DC is going to start tossing out new books soon. So let's get into the books that I picked up recently. Back issues. These again are from my local comic shop, and this is really nothing spectacular with these back issues. Just stuff that what I tend to do is I'll go through the boxes, and if I find a cover that I like, or there's a character in a book that seems a little unusual, I'll grab that, just because it's something interesting to have. This one though, this is a Blue Monday Painted Moon #3. I'm a huge fan of the Blue Monday series. I've got I don't know if I have them all, but I'm pretty sure I do. I've got the trades, the little digest size trades that they did for them, both versions of those, and then the full size trades that they did colorized versions of. This one here was I think it was the last miniseries they did. I have issues 1, 2, and 4. Somehow I missed issue 3. Flipping through the box, found issue 3, so now I have that full series. Now I can go back and actually read it. It's awesome. I grabbed a couple of Daredevil books. These first two, 275 and 276, I got because I like the covers, and the whole idea of Ultron and Daredevil fighting just kind of intrigues me. I know it's part of the whole Acts of Vengeance storyline, which, if I remember right, the Acts of Vengeance thing was where the Marvel villains got together and said, "Hey, look, we're having no luck against the heroes that we normally fight, so let's just change it up a little bit." So all the heroes were able to fight villains that they normally didn't fight. So this was Daredevil fighting Ultron. So I'm definitely reading these. I'm very curious about that. The Acts of Vengeance thing is something that I've been kind of curious about. That and the X-Men Inferno event. Thinking about maybe getting as many of those as I can. The last Daredevil book I picked up was 306. 305, the issue that precedes this, also has this character, the Surgeon General, but the main reason why I picked up issue 5, or 305, is because it features the first 616 appearance of a character called Terror. He had a series back in the 90s called Terror Inc., and he was sort of a mercenary bounty hunter type character, and his whole gimmick was he could take the body parts off of anybody, put them on himself, and he would absorb their memories and their talents, whatever the body part was. Like, for example, if he was at an airport and needed to get away and get in an airplane, he would take a pilot's arm, take his arm off, put the pilot's arm on, and since that hand knows how to do the flying of the plane, he would absorb that knowledge and he would be able to fly the plane. So it's one of the early appearances. I'm not sure if he's in this issue, but I do like that cover, so I figured, what the heck, why not? I'll add it to the collection. Moving on, these are also, I mean, some of these bags are pretty good, but like this one here, this is a Web of Spider-Man number 34. I grabbed it again because I like the cover. Whole idea of somebody, some no-name green guy taking out the Watcher while Spider-Man, black costume Spider-Man with his arm in a sling playing football with some kids. That's kind of interesting. But, you know, this is one of those books. I'm definitely going to replace the bag on this. This is one of those thick, milky bags. I don't know where these bags come from, but they need to go back. But I grabbed this one because I like the cover, so why not? It was pretty cheap. I also grabbed Web of Spider-Man Annual number 3, again, because I like the cover, so I'll check that out. Grabbed the True Believers that I kind of missed out on. I'm not sure how I missed this one, but what if Phoenix had not died? I was getting all of the what ifs when they were reprinting those, so on this one I missed somehow, so I was able to grab that. And Exo Man of War number 1. I believe this is the first issue. It does need to be rebagged, but you know, a nice little chromium cover there, little fun gimmick from back in the day. So those are all the back issues that I picked up. I grabbed a couple of variants, both Ghost Riders from the current run. This is the character design variant for issue 3 for Johnny Blaze. I was hoping to get the Lilith one, but it had sold before I got down there, so I figured it saved me some money on that. So why not blow it on a different issue? And then I grabbed the Spider-Woman variant, issue 6. I originally was not going to get this one. I'm not a big fan of Spider-Woman. I like her costume, but I'm not really too into her as a character. But, you know, I figured it's an opportunity to sort of help my local comic shop. So I figured, why not? I'd pick it up, help them out a little bit, as much as I can, you know. So those are all those books that I picked up from LCS. Now, the books that I grabbed, the minor keys that I grabbed from my friend, a couple that I, again, these ones here are ones that I've looked at for a while, and I've always seen them online, a bit more pricey than what I wanted. I was able to get them at a good price from my friend. So this is Thor number 411 and 412. Juggernaut appearances. No, I'm just kidding. These are the first appearances of the New Warriors. I also have New Warriors number 1, the first issue that New Warriors had. But these are the first appearances of New Warriors. So these are the books that I've wanted in my collection for a while. I finally got them. I'm so happy. Other minor key that I got from him, Logan's Run number 6. So this is the first solo Thanos story. This is another one of those books that I never really thought I'd have in my collection. I never really thought I would be able to get reprinted. I know the story has been reprinted in trades over the years, but it's nice to finally have the actual one in there. I grabbed, this is Supergirl number 1 from, what, 19 something? I don't know. I had my notes. This is from 1982. That's what this is from. I got my notes in the back. So Superman, this is the Daring New Adventures of Supergirl, rather, number 1. It's from 1982. And the main reason why I wanted this one is it has a preview of DC's version of Masters of the Universe. So, and the cover's kind of cool, too. I like these old school DC covers, as I've said before in my other videos when I'm getting the dollar comics and the facsimile books. I like those old DC covers. So this one, mainly because it was the that preview of Masters of the Universe. It's kind of cool to have. The last DC one I got, DC Batman Family number 9. This, I'm not sure how much in continuity this is, but this is the, from looking it up, this is the second cover appearance of Dwella Dent. It's the daughter of Harvey Dent, which I'm assuming is her. I guess she's got some personality issues, because it also says Joker's daughter, Scarecrow's daughter, Riddler's daughter, and Penguin's daughter. But I like that cover. I don't know what's going on inside the book. I will flip through it just to see. But I mainly got it because I like that cover. That's a pretty nice cover. In my opinion, that's a pretty fun cover. And the last couple of ones I picked up, some Marvels, because you know, gotta have those Marvel books. I have X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, number 201. This is, aside from having a really nice cover, again, another one of those covers that I've always liked. Not an X-Men fan, but even I will recognize and acknowledge and admit that there are some really nice X-Men covers, and this is one of them. So this is first appearance as a child of Cable, Nathaniel Summers, and I'm sure there's some other stuff in there, but I mainly wanted it because of the cover. That's a pretty sweet cover. And lastly, this one I actually got from my LCS. This is Uncanny X-Men number 245. Another one of those I got because I thought the cover was cool. I looked into it, and this is a parody of, there's a parody of DC's Invasion event in here. There's a bunch of cameo appearances from various characters like Alf, E.T., Jabba the Hutt, Chewbacca, the alien xenomorph, and others. But I guess the big claim to fame for this book is there is a full nude Jean Grey, but she's drawn at a distance, so there's no actual detail. You can tell she's nude, but you can't really see anything. You know, it's the whole Comics Code approved nudity, I guess. But another one of those books that I like the cover. It's pretty sharp. It's a Rob Liefeld cover, so it's kind of surprising that I like a Rob Liefeld cover. But hey, you know, I'll like I said, I'll always admit when there's a really sweet cover. I don't care who does it. I don't care what book it is. If it's a nice cover, I'll fully admit it. So I got those books, and I also have a couple of I have a collection that I picked up that I'm going through. There seems to be some really fun key books in there as well, especially some Deathstroke stuff. And I've got some books coming in from the mail, mystery mail call from Comic Tom 101, as well as a package of books from Mile High Comics. I don't know what I'm going to get, but as soon as those arrive, I'll be doing some unboxing videos for those, kind of just share what I'm getting with those. So that's that. I get it kind of sucks not having new books. I guess some of these are going to go up on my wall since my wall is pretty plain. It's actually blank. I took all my books down because I'm not getting any new ones, but I think some of those are going to go up there. I'll post a picture of that on my Instagram page and put a link in the description down below. And I'm also going to put a link to my friend's social media, where I got these books and these books from. It's Cody Lockwood, Lockwood's Loot. It's also where I got that 2099 display. He's a real good guy, has a real nice selection of books. He's been doing auctions on his Facebook page, Cody James Lockwood. I'll put a link to that as well. I think he's planning on doing another one this Friday. So yeah, check it out. Check him out. He's a real good guy because he's real fair, real honest, real easy to get along with. He's one of my favorite people. So put all those descriptions linked below. I guess other than that, I hope everybody's doing okay with the quarantine. Hope nobody's going insane. It's been real nice watching videos from everybody. I've been enjoying watching Comic Tom, Comic Book Junkie, and Perry's Comics and some other folks. It's been real fun watching you guys and just seeing what you guys are doing and how you're keeping sane in an insane time. So thanks again for watching this video. If you're enjoying the little bits of nonsense that I'm posting here from time to time, feel free to go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe. It's always awesome. I think I'm at 74. I'd like to try to hit 100 subscribers before the end of this year. And yeah, feel free to comment, do whatever you like, share the video. It's all good. So it's all for the comic book love. And when I start getting my other stuff in, I will be posting more videos. So other than that, guys, take care of yourself, be safe, and we'll see you next time.